This is Roger Sievers for the Western Herald, and I'll be doing this week's men's soccer preview. This Saturday, the Western Michigan men's soccer team will travel south to sunny, warm Florida to play Florida Atlantic University at 7 o'clock. The Broncos come into the game with a record of 4-8-0 and 1-1 in the MAC. This will be a conference game. In the Brown and Gold's last game, they had a 5-2 victory over Wright State Monday. 4 different Broncos scored, including 2 goals from senior Tyler Rosenhagen. Saeed Suleiman Ababa added his team-leading 9th goal of the year, while defender Danny Mortimer scored his 2nd goal of the year, and Dan Lewis had his 1st. Their opponent, the Florida Atlantic Owls, are 4-4-2 and 0-2 in the MAC. Sophomore forward and defender Darnell King and Sean Hart lead the team with 2 goals each, while freshman goalkeeper Jeremy Crompton has 4 shutouts for the Owls. In FAU's last game, they lost in a 1-0 decision to Hartwick College. They will play the University of South Florida Tuesday before hosting the Broncos on Saturday. Coach, what are the keys to victory against Florida Atlantic this weekend?
Well, I think it's important that we just make sure that we play our own game. I think it's shown in the results that the positive results we've had this season. When we're playing and we're playing well and firing on all cylinders, there's not many teams that can stop our offense. So we've got to make sure that we prepare accordingly all week in practice and make sure the players are switched on and ready to go come game time on Saturday night.
And what is the approach you take when you go on the road, especially to a hostile environment? This is the first of 4 games on the road coming up. How do you make sure the team has good composure?
Well, you know, that's sort of the non-conference games that we've played in the early part of the season when we've gone onto the road and played in front of 1,500 people at Bradley on a Friday night under the lights in a pretty hostile environment. So the non-conference scheduling is the stuff that we do to try and prepare the players that come these important conference games. They've seen it all before and they're experienced and know what to expect from the opponents and the fans.
Kai, you lead the team with 5 assists. Everyone loves to score, but it's also the guy who sets them up that is important too. Have you always been an assist guy, or is this year just happened to be like that? And what do you look for when you're trying to set up a teammate to score?
I love giving goals away, so I usually get a lot of assists, but usually I have a lot of goals as well. This year's been nice because I'm surrounded by really, really good players, so the pass doesn't even have to be too perfect. You can just look up and find Saeed open, and as long as I put it somewhere around his head, that ball's going in the back of the net.
Great. Charlie, you're one of the captains on this team. What kind of leadership do you try to bring on the field every time for each game, and how do you make sure for the younger players that follow in your footsteps and stuff?
Well, I think I just try to display, a positive mindset for all the players, including the young players, because, this is their first year. And, even though we have such a young team, we have great players all around us. And I think just with, setting a positive mindset, it's the only way to go about it, or go about, a winning mentality. So I think that's the only way I go with this team as a leader. So
Definitely.
Yep.
Well, there you have it. Once again, the match will be Saturday at 7 p.m. This is Roger Sievers, the Western Herald. Go Broncos.